Mr. Inder Kumar Gujral of the Janata Dal has a lead of 50 to 60,000 votes over Mr. Rajendra Singh Sparrow of the Congress side. Now we have Mr. Gujral with us, and Mr. Gujral, I suppose your victory is more or less assured. A couple of questions on the national scene.
Yes.
A very pertinent question. Tomorrow you are rushing to Delhi for consultations in the Janata Dal party. Now, do you foresee a possibility of the Congress side and the Janata Dal joining hands? And if they join hands, they will join hands under what conditions?
You see, this question will arise only when we know what is the final shape of Congress itself. And when I say final shape, I would like to say that this in a way is a censor of the leader of the Congress party, and also a transformation in the Congress party character itself, because the North is now gone down, which was the power base of the Prime Minister, and the South has come up. Whether South is willing to elect a leader for the whole of the Congress party or not, these options can be discussed only if there is a qualitative change in the Congress itself, not otherwise.
You mean to say there is, let's say, elbow room for compromise and for mutual give and take?
Well, I don't think that is a situation just now, because the Congress party as it is structured, it seems that it might perform the act of sati with the leader itself. So I am not very sure whether they will be able to transform themselves into a new situation.
Okay. Mr. Gujral, you have long experience in media as well as in foreign relations. Assuming the fact that the Janata Dal forms a government, what kind of changes do you foresee at the center regarding these?
Well, so far as media is concerned, we are committed to completely remove the stranglehold of the government on the TV and the radio. We have made up our mind on that, and I think very quick action will be taken to set up corporations, I am using the word plural, so that the diversification of the media is there for the radio and the TV. So far as foreign policy is concerned, our main emphasis has been on the improvement of relations in the region, that is the South Asia itself and the neighbors particularly. I think in that area the foreign policy has been distorted by the previous government.
And what do you think is a message that the people of Punjab has sent after these elections?
Two. One, that the people of Punjab have demonstrated that the elections can be held peacefully, whereas you find all the violence in other states, not in Punjab. So therefore, these assembly elections and other local elections should be held forthwith. Secondly, that the Punjabi people, both the Hindus and the Sikhs, are not divided. They are united, and the Punjabi Ekta, as I have called it, holds ground, and they want peace at any cost. So therefore, I think any government which now comes to power must give priority to bring peace to the people of Punjab and resolve the problem, whatever its dimensions be for the moment.
Thank you, Mr. Gujral. Well, that's all from Jalandhar.
Jagmohan, I do have, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Pranay.
Could you tell us some idea of the turnout in Punjab? Any idea? Has it been high, low? Was there peaceful, and were people worried about coming out to vote, or was it generally higher than normal turnout?
Pranay, the turnout was fairly high, and it was not only peaceful, but people had come out in large numbers. As Mr. Gujral said, and I observed in Jalandhar, the voting went on very well. I mean, it was very peaceful, and there were really no glitches or problems. And overall, the situation was quite happy in Punjab. Do you agree, Mr. Gujral?
I agree with you. Also, you see, there's an interesting other change coming up in Punjab, and that is the possible election to 3 or 4 seats by what is called the Baba group or the Man group here. This means there is a new segment of Sikh polity which is wanting to enter the mainstream, and I don't think we should stand its way. It also says pertinently that all those who may have thought or who may have been believed to be thinking as extremists are in reality wanting to settle issues by entering the legislation and not by violence.
So you mean to say that the coming of the Man group is a significant event? They are, I think, leading in nearly about 7 seats.
Yes, and I attach importance to this.